This is IGN. Cyberpunk 2077 is getting a major makeover on PS5. Welcome to your IGN Daily Update. But first, Warner Bros. Games has announced Game of Thrones Dragonfire, a new free-to-play mobile strategy game set during the era of House of the Dragon. Set to fly onto iPhones and Android devices later this year, fans can now pre-register their interest for bonuses when the game does eventually land. There's also a slick-looking CGI trailer featuring the likeness of Emma Darcy, better known as Rhaenyra Targaryen, hatching dragon eggs and moving her forces around a map of the Seven Kingdoms. More detailed blogs reveal that the game will feature 8-week seasons, known as reigns, each of which will feature campaigns and events. These can build to a major story beat such as invading King's Landing, with the end result of a campaign strengthening your dragon brood for future battles. Pre-registration is now live, with some ambitious-sounding targets. At 1 million pre-registrations, 6 Banner Maker sigils will be unlocked for players when the game launches. At 2 million, players will get 1,000 runic fragments. At 5 million, players will unlock 2 avatars. And at 10 million, the Dawnseeker Dragon will be granted. House of the Dragon originally launched in 2022 and will next continue with the debut of its 3rd season sometime in June. And Malcolm in the Middle fans have a bright future these days, namely because of the upcoming Reboot series Malcolm in the Middle: Life's Still Unfair arriving soon. But sadly, Erik Sullivan, also known as Malcolm's hilarious younger brother Dewey, won't be joining despite an allegedly generous offer to return. TV mom Jane Kaczmarek revealed during a recent interview with The Guardian that Sullivan, now 34, is, quote, currently studying Dickens and is an incredible student. They offered him buckets of money to come back, and he just said, no thank you. That said, if you're a Malcolm fan, you'll be happy to know that the rest of your favorite familiar faces are set to return. Frankie Muniz will be back as Malcolm. Bryan Cranston reprises his role as TV Dad Hal. Christopher Kennedy Masterson and Justin Bearfield return as Malcolm's brothers Francis and Reese, and Kaczmarek rounds out the returning group as TV Mom Lois. Malcolm in the Middle: Life's Still Unfair, which centers on Malcolm's return to the family when his parents request his presence at their 40th anniversary celebration, will premiere on Hulu and Hulu for Disney Plus on April 10th. Just last month, Sony announced that Cyberpunk 2077 would be getting a huge PSSR2 update, but now CD Projekt Red has followed up with a huge PS5 Pro update that dropped yesterday. Cyberpunk 2077 famously had a problematic launch when it released on consoles in 2020, and even after it got patched up, it's been far behind the PC version. But since the PS5 Pro came out back in 2024, it's been a question of when, not if, CD Projekt Red would launch an update that'd bring the game closer to the PC version. The latest update gives PS5 Pro players access to 3 performance profiles: Ray Tracing Pro, Ray Tracing, and Performance. The Ray Tracing Pro mode is where you'll find most of the visual updates made specifically for the PS5 Pro, targeting 30 to 40 frames per second, with a new BVH8 or 8-way bounding volume hierarchy ray tracing implementation. CD Projekt Red didn't detail exactly how this works, but it looks like it'll track up to 8 rays of light to create more realistic reflections, shadows, and global illumination. That's not quite to the same level as the Ray Tracing Overdrive mode on PC, but it should bring the PS5 Pro closer to the Ray Tracing Ultra preset on PC. CD Projekt's blog post doesn't say much of anything about the image quality offered by the Performance mode, only that it'll target high frame rates. If it's anything like similar performance modes on the PS5 Pro, it'll probably look pretty much the same as the base PS5, just with a much higher frame rate. Then, of course, the regular ray tracing mode will sit somewhere in the middle, targeting a solid 60 frames per second. If CD Projekt Red is able to get it looking as good as the PC version, it'll go a long way to proving the power of PSSR2. That's your IGN Daily Update. My name is Tony Jackson, and if you want more news on your favorite games and entertainment topics, make sure to visit us at IGN.com. You can also download our free app on your phone or console, and subscribe to our weekly podcasts through the podcast service of your choice.
spoken layer.